Hey everybody, it's Ian the Off Kilter Crafter. I hope you're having a great day today. We have come to the end of August, and can I just say, where has this year gone? It just keeps going faster and faster, it seems like, and I just don't know where the time goes. It feels like in January and February, the year kind of dragged on, but now we just are speeding up and barreling towards the end of the year, and it's hard to believe that the year is more than half gone. But for now, let's focus in on August and see what all I got accomplished during August. At the beginning of August, it was the North Texas Quilt Festival, and that is always one of my favorite shows here in North Texas. Sadly, I wasn't able to attend. I had purchased my ticket, I had every intention in going, and then I got sick. And I knew it was best for me to stay home. Even wearing a mask, I just knew that it was going to be hard because my immune system was already weakened. And I, of course, didn't want to give my germs to anyone else, so unfortunately it meant that I had to stay at home. I did enter 3 quilts into the North Texas Quilt Festival. Change happens. I'm getting showering stars. There we go. That's what I was trying to say. Showering stars. Change happens, showering stars, and rainbow vortex all got entered into the North Texas Quilt Show. And I am very pleasantly pleased to say that 2 out of the 3 won ribbons. They both won honorable mention ribbons. So both Showering Stars and Change Happens won honorable mention, which is awesome. So I get to add those ribbons to my collection, and I'm super happy about that. It feels like the beginning of this month was so long ago. I really had to think about which quilts were there and what they won and all that kind of stuff, because quilts have been going to all different shows in all different places. It's been chaos, but I'm very pleased with the results from North Texas. But that leads me to the Plano Quilt Show. At the Plano Quilt Show, I entered my Daydreamer Butterfly Effect, since that one had not been entered into that show yet. I also entered Showering Stars and Rainbow Vortex. All 3 of those quilts were entered into the show, and I'm very pleasantly pleased to say that my Showering Stars won a blue ribbon, first place in the modern category at the show. And I'm so excited that it did. It is a wonderful ribbon to add to my collection, and I'm super happy with the turnout. I'm also happy that Beth from Goody Goods, she gets credit in that blue ribbon as well. So thank you, Beth, so much for all of your hard work on that quilt. I'm so happy we won that blue ribbon together. Now, normally when I go to quilt shows, I like to show off what I liked seeing at the show, some quilts that impressed me or caught my eye or something like that. But unfortunately, the rules that Plano have for sharing pictures that you take at the show, they require you to have the creator's permission to do that. So unfortunately, I don't have any of the creators' permissions to show off any of the quilts that I truly liked at the show. However, I do have one quilt that I got permission from. My friend Ellen here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, she entered the show, and she entered this cereal themed quilt, and it's kind of like an improv quilt of cereals. I love it. I love what she did with it, and I'm super happy that she gave me permission to show all of you this quilt. It's one of my favorites that she's made, and I really love how it turned out. She even took a picture with it at a grocery store in the cereal aisle, which I think is just great theming and a great picture to have. So love that quilt, and I'm so glad that I get to show it to y'all. Now, unfortunately, I wasn't able to enter Change Happens into the Plano Quilt Show because that one needed to be at the State Fair. This is always the time of year, at least here in North Texas, when we have several shows overlapping and conflicts happen and all that kind of stuff. So I really had to make sure to put my spreadsheet into good use, because I needed to know where the quilts needed to be and when and what I could enter and all that kind of stuff. So I did take Change Happens and enter that one into the State Fair of Texas, and I recently found out that it won an honorable mention ribbon at the State Fair of Texas and will be hanging at the State Fair in the Arts and Crafts building again this year, just like last year when I entered my Daydreamer Butterfly Effect into the show and it won second place. So excited to have my quilt there, but I realized after the fact that I will not be able to see my own quilt at the state fair because just days before the show, well, before the state fair opens, I keep calling it a show, I mean when the state fair opens, just days before the State Fair of Texas opens, I will be leaving the state. My move will be in effect and I will be moving to Virginia. So I don't get to see my quilt at the state fair, which is really a bummer because I don't get to say hi to Big Tex. I don't get my Fletcher's corny dog. I don't get to try any of the awesome fried food. All that. I love the State Fair of Texas. It's the only fair I've ever known. So it's going to be very interesting to go to the Virginia State Fair, which Becca and I have already talked about doing. She has a couple of entries into that state fair. So super excited to check out a brand new state fair, but I know it's not going to be as big. There's not going to be Big Tex. It's going to be so different, but I am excited to go anyways. And hopefully, I'm crossing my fingers for Becca, she'll have that blue ribbon from the state fair to show off as well. But yeah, if you happen to end up going to the State Fair of Texas this year, would you do me a huge favor and take a picture of my quilt hanging up? I would love to get pictures of it so that way I can post it on social media. But yeah, it's a bummer that I'm not going to be able to see it, but that's okay. I'm just super happy that it wins a yellow ribbon for honorable mention and will be on display. The last quilt show that I entered here in Texas, at least for a little while, the Dallas Quilt Show will be coming up at the beginning of next year, and I'm hoping to have quilts entered in that one. But for now, the last show that I have currently entered is the Austin Quilt Show. So if you're going to be in Austin during that quilt show, I will have 3 quilts in the show, including the one that you see right behind me, the Queen of Ween. I will have that quilt in the show, so I would love for you to take pictures of it and hopefully see it if you're there. And cross your fingers for some more ribbons. That would be very nice, although my friend is teasing me that I'm going to have to build an add-on to my new apartment to be able to house all of the ribbons. So that's a lot of what I've been up to this month, although most of it has been packing. As you notice, that list is kind of short because it's not been a lot. I did work on a Texas themed quilt to kind of commemorate my time here in Texas. If you didn't check out that live stream, make sure to go check it out. Put a link to it down in the description. And I've also, of course, worked on the Cotton Cuts Puzzle Mystery quilts. I've been chugging along on those and trying to get ahead so that way videos are out there for you and you don't have a gap while I'm moving. Hopefully everything will be taken care of. But yeah, that's what I've been up to, and of course packing. I know I've said that for several videos in a row, but I've been doing my best to pack and get everything ready for the move. I feel unprepared. Although the more I look at it, the better I feel about it. But it's coming, and it's coming fast. I don't have much more time here. I have less than a month before the big life-changing move for me, so I'm excited. But that's enough about what I have been up to. Let's take a look at my maker moments. That's where I go into my Facebook group and find 5 projects. Say that 5 times fast. Find 5 projects that caught my eye this month, and I want to show them off to you. So let's check out the maker moments from this month and see what y'all have been up to. I'm not the only one that's been winning ribbons. Paula says that she received 3rd place for 2 of the quilts she entered at the county fair. She said, "My first time showing and I'm pleased with the results. Learned some stuff too." Congratulations, Paula. Love that you won some ribbons at the county fair. Next up, we have a project from Vicky. She says, "Hi all, I'm Vicky, aka Sun Country Girl. I got my machine a year ago and have done some quilts and small projects. Lately I've been working with upcycled materials, mainly making feed bag totes. Tonight I finished my first zippered pouch using a coffee bag. This has been a goal for several months now. I love coffee bags and I never even thought about using them like you did. That is so cool. I've gotten Bones coffee before and I love the imagery on it, so maybe next time I get one, I'll have to make a zippered pouch like you did. This is so cool, and I hope you make more of these." Next up, we have Barbara. She says, "Finished Annabelle. There's one mistake that I need to fix tomorrow, and it shouldn't take me more than 10 minutes. I'm just glad I spotted it before I sandwiched the quilt. Good job finding that mistake before you started the quilting process. I always kick myself when I find mistakes then, but honestly, I don't see it. So even if you did leave it in, I don't know that anybody would have noticed. This project is from Diane, and she says that this is her first post in my Facebook group. So glad you decided to share. She also said, my oldest work in progress, but I've only been quilting for 2 years. It may make me lose the last of my 71-year-old brain cells. I don't know about that, Diane. I think you're doing great. And we all have those works in progress that we need to get back to. I certainly have a pile of them, but I'm proud of you for taking on the challenge and working on this one. You're doing a great job. Lastly, for this month, we have this post from Jonna. She said, I started making quilts 2 years ago. I designed and made this one for my sister. It's called Pinwheel Power. A friend suggested that I should enter it in our local county fair. To my surprise, it took 3rd place in open class. I was simply amazed. So for those of you who are afraid your work isn't good enough to enter in a show or fair, please don't sell yourself short. I could not have said that any better, and absolutely right. If you think that your work isn't good enough, I promise you others think it is absolutely beautiful. So build up that courage and enter it into your local county fair, your local quilt show, wherever. It's going to be admired no matter where it goes. So there you go, everybody. That is August in a nutshell. And man, it is just, I don't know what to say. I really don't. It is quite a new chapter that I'm going to be starting very soon, and also I'm very excited for the opportunities. There's a lot on the horizon for me, and I'm so excited to be moving forward and taking on these new opportunities and hopefully making some new friends and just taking everything in day by day. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. That does help my channel. It's a free way that you can help my channel grow. And of course, make sure to subscribe if you're not already. Share this video with a friend and let them know that you enjoy watching these videos. So hopefully they will subscribe too and can enjoy my channel as well. Remember guys, normal is just a setting on the dryer. Bye.